Badenoch because she said there was clear evidence he was plotting to defect. Was he in talks with you to defect to Reform?
I'm very surprised that this news is broken.
Are you, though?
Well, I never reveal private conversations with anybody, which is why, you know, when people like Malcolm came to me to talk and he was a front bencher, nothing ever leaked. So I'm going to say that I've had conversations with a number of very senior Conservatives over the course of the last week, over the course of the last month, and a lot of them realise that for all the talk that Kemi's doing better at PMQs, which is true, for all the talk of a supposed Kemi bounce, I think a lot of them realise that on May the 7th, or should I say May the 8th, the Conservative Party will cease to be a national party. They will all be obliterated in Scotland, in Wales, in the Red Wall councils, if they're not all cancelled. We'll find out later on today about that. So there's a lot of people seriously considering their future. As far as Mr Jenrick's concerned, of course I've talked to Robert Jenrick. Was I on the verge of signing a document with him? No. But have we had conversations? Yes.
So he was considering leaving the Conservatives and joining Reform UK?
I think virtually every Conservative is considering leaving the Conservatives, yes.
Including Mr Jenrick?
I think that's been in his mind, yes. I've little doubt it's been in his mind. But I mean, you know, have we signed and sealed a deal? No. And many of those that come and talk to me result in them not coming. But then I never betray confidences or say exactly who they are. But there are a lot of people in Mr Jenrick's position who don't see a viable future for the Conservative Party, think May the 7th is going to be a very, very big day. And frankly, many who are beginning to see parallels with what happened with the Liberal Party almost exactly 100 years ago, when they went from being a natural party of government to being a very small provincial party and have stayed mostly there for the last 100 years. Thank you very much indeed. There we are, breaking news. It's all happening, isn't it? Lindsay Bewes from BBC Scotland.
Well, a very interesting response from Nigel Farage there. Clearly, completely unexpected,
yes.
The fact that this news has broken. He said that he had had conversations with Robert Jenrick, but he certainly didn't think he was on the verge of moving to Reform.
I think when you consider the disaster that it is politically for the Tory leader, who's still at 20 points in the polls, which is hopeless, but better than it was a few months ago, the prospect of your most prominent most effective media performer, Robert Jenrick, crossing the floor, probably going to do it with some great dramatic flourish just before the local elections, designed to wreck the Tory campaign. This was probably the best strategy she could adopt, because she has blown them out of the water.
The best strategy, but nevertheless, it's damage limitation, because we could see now a domino effect of other Conservative MPs on the right following Jenrick into Reform, thinking, right, this is my moment now, it's time to go.
If Reform want him.
Well, this is the point. I mean, did you looking at Nigel Farage's face there at that press conference? He looked like a shocked man.
He did.
This has very much surprised him.
Yeah.
And perhaps slightly angered him too, because clearly these conversations were held in the utmost secrecy, the utmost privacy.
Well,
and Nigel Farage used the words, and I quote, "I never betray confidences."
Yes.
This is a party leader who feels like he has been betrayed.
Yes.
He used the word betray, saying, "I would never betray. I would never leak." He thinks this is a leak that has come from Jenrick's side.
Camp. And the thing is that, you know, Tom, we've been in Westminster this week. Everybody's been talking about it. Camilla Tominey, our colleague here, in her column in the Telegraph on Saturday, talked about the rumours about Jenrick being the shadow chancellor for Reform UK.
And
is he going to make his mind up what he's going to be? Well, that's obviously helped force the issue too.
It certainly has, but now I think there is the very real and present question, will Reform now accept Robert Jenrick? I'm not saying it's the most likely option now, but there is a path where Robert Jenrick now sits as an independent MP alongside someone like Rupert Lowe.
The inbox on this programme, when Zahawi defected, Nadim Zahawi, I would say was overwhelmingly against another Tory retread turning up in reform?
Although I think Nadeem Zahawi and Robert Jenrick are different flavours of Conservative.
They are.
And in the long term, there's no doubt in my mind that this is a very good defection for reform, because not only is he absolutely aligned politically with reform, some would say he's actually to the right of reform on some issues, but he's a former cabinet minister, a former immigration minister. He was in the cabinet for most of the years of the last government. He is exactly the kind of experience and competence that reform so desperately need. And actually, one of the things that's putting people off voting for reform is their lack of experience at the top of political office.
And this is the thing. Nigel Farage is a brilliant showman. He can get the troops going out there in the country. He's won, not one, but 2 national European elections. He has taken parties from nothing to lead in the polls several times over. I mean, this is an incredible campaigner in Nigel Farage, but is he a man of detail at a dispatch box in the House of Commons? No. I'm thinking back to what Robert Jenrick has done in his time. Whoever knows who the Shadow Justice Secretary is, and yet he's forced U-turn after U-turn, not least on the Sentencing Council.
We're going back to Nigel Farage at this extraordinary press conference, which has been hijacked by Robert Jenrick.
I confirmed that already a couple of times. I have been talking to lots of people. Do you know what? We will welcome anyone that comes to us from whatever party who is going to add to what we do. It doesn't just see us as perhaps a life raft to save a parliamentary career, but people who want to add to what we have to do, who share our values, who share our beliefs, but equally, you have to be honest about the sheer level of failures of 14 years of broken manifesto commitments. So do you know what? I'll give him a ring this afternoon. I'll give him a ring this afternoon.
He ran for leadership.
I might even buy him a pint. You never know.
He was in the shadow cabinet. He was in the shadow cabinet.
Yes.
He'd be a big signing for you, wouldn't he?
He was part of that Tory failure, but the one big tick against his name is that he did resign as immigration minister because of the failures of the government. So that would be a big tick in his direction. I will speak to him this afternoon and see what he wants to do.
OK, thank you. Lord Offord, I did have a question for you. Sorry, events have rather...
He just signed his resignation. Call him Malcolm.
Lord Offord, I wanted to ask you about a key voter priority here in Scotland, which is the NHS. You've previously said there needs to be a dialogue with the public about the acceptability of user charges for some services and the removal of free prescriptions for certain...
So we're going to talk to Chris Hope, our political editor in Westminster. Chris, this is a bombshell. We use that word occasionally. It really is a bombshell this time. Jenrick sacked.
This one really is. Now, let's repeat there what Nigel Farage said there. I will give him a ring this afternoon and see what he wants to do. Now, this afternoon, Nigel Farage is due to give a press conference in Westminster about cancelled or postponed local elections. That has now moved to the side. This could be a defection press conference this afternoon, live on GB News. Stay tuned. It's going to be a huge day now in politics. This confirms what we've been hearing for a number of months now. Robert Jenrick he's adjacent to where Nigel Farage is politically. He doesn't have any of the anger about reform or Farage. As you heard there, Nigel Farage says that Robert Jenrick resigned over the Rwanda plan when it was being watered down by Rishi Sunak's government. You're seeing now a coming together of the right, possibly, of a senior person on the right who could join Reform, and then, of course, will be a broker if there's going to be some form of merger towards the election, maybe a deal to stand down candidates in certain seats, as happened before 2019, or even more likely after the election when the final numbers are in. But I can't imagine that Robert Jenrick stays homeless for long politically. He will do something soon.